When it comes to silly season, rumors spread quickly, whether it's from the garage area or a claim pushed online. While the majority of these never came true, every once in a while, it's correct. One unfounded Reddit rumor took the NASCAR world by storm 6 years ago, and if it somehow came true, it would have completely changed the sport in the years after. Today, that fun theory becomes a reality. We take a look at what if one of NASCAR's best decided to go a different route, one that would have been earth-shattering. In today's Racing Infinity, we take a look at one crazy rumor that went around in 2018, around the same time Furniture Row decided to sell the team. It would have involved a prior champion of the sport and his team that became dominant in NASCAR's Truck Series, Kyle Busch. One viral Reddit thread claimed that Kyle Busch was leaving Joe Gibbs Racing and leading a group to bring Kyle Busch Motorsports to the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Kyle was set to drive one car, with a second car going to his brother Kurt, and even the possibility of absorbing Furniture Row as a third car, keeping Martin Truex Jr. After a day or two, the rumors were quickly debunked. But what if Rowdy Busch made his own Rowdy Decision and took a bold new path? Kyle Busch takes the number 54 to Cup, with Mars and M&M's coming along for the ride. Meanwhile, Kurt brings Monster Energy over as he returns to the number he won a championship with, the number 97. As Furniture Row closes its doors, the 2017 champion Martin Truex Jr. brings Bass Pro Shops and the number 78 team with him. KBM has 3 former champions on their team, and with Toyota finally having the second flagship team they've wanted, they're set to excel right away. Kyle Busch was ready to take on a challenge unlike any other. After Tony Stewart became champion as a partial owner driver at Stewart-Haas, perhaps Kyle Busch can become the first pure owner driver to win a championship since Alan Kulwicki in 1992. Needless to say, these 3 stars in different rides sets off a domino effect. First, Daniel Suarez will remain in the number 19 for Joe Gibbs Racing as the team seeks greater continuity following Busch's departure. With that said, Christopher Bell gets the call to join the Cup Series a year sooner than in real life, piloting the number 18. Rheem will become the new primary sponsor of the car, and Bell looks set to make a splash after a 7-win season in the Xfinity Series. With Suarez staying at JGR, the Stewart-Haas number 41 is piloted by another rookie. That car goes to Cole Custer, who himself gets an early call-up. This stacked rookie class doesn't end there, however, with last year's Xfinity champion Tyler Reddick returning to Chip Ganassi Racing. He joins the number 1 McDonald's team. 3 of last year's Xfinity Championship 4 have moved up to the big show in winning teams. This sets the stage for one of the series' most competitive seasons in recent memory. Throughout the 2019 regular season, KBM proved they were a winning team right out of the gate, but they were inconsistent. Kyle Busch would earn his first win with KBM at the Spring Phoenix race, but he couldn't go back-to-back. Instead of him winning the next race at Auto Club, Joey Logano would get the win instead. Kyle would win again at Bristol, holding off his brother for the win. Martin Truex Jr. would win the next race at Richmond, but instead of winning at Dover, Alex Bowman would earn his first career Cup Series win. Truex went on to win the Coca-Cola 600, while Brad Keselowski won the first Pocono race. Ryan Blaney would win Sonoma instead of Truex, and then Kurt Busch would get his first win with KBM, holding off his brother in a thrilling finish at Kentucky. Since there have been plenty of changes, here's a look at all the winners leading into the 2019 NASCAR playoffs. Now that brings us to Las Vegas, where 16 drivers begin their march towards the championship. KBM has looked good, but can they bring the action in the playoffs? We're about to find out. Here's the starting lineup for the 2019 South Point 400. Starting on the pole is Kevin Harvick in the number 4 for Stewart-Haas Racing, and starting next to him is one of the 3 KBM Toyotas, Martin Truex Jr. in the 78. Starting third is Kurt Busch in the 97. He's going to be looking for his second win of the season today. And next to him is Denny Hamlin in the 11. Starting fifth is Kyle Busch in the 54. And next to him is rookie Cole Custer. Starting seventh is William Byron in the 24. And starting eighth is Paul Menard. Brad Keselowski will roll off in ninth. And 7-time champ Jimmy Johnson will start 10th. Starting 11th is Chase Elliott in the 9. And next to him is Kyle Larson in the 42. Starting 13th is Eric Almirola in the 10, and Christopher Bell will roll off 14th. In the next row is a pair of Penske teammates. Joey Logano will start 15th. Starting 16th is the 12 of Ryan Blaney. Ty Dillon will start in 17th, and next to him is one of the 2 JTG cars, Chris Buescher, in the 37. Starting 19th is the 3 of Austin Dillon, and starting 20th is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. In 21st, you'll find the 6 of Ryan Newman, and in 22nd, the 95 of Matt DiBenedetto. Starting 23rd is David Reagan in the 38, and starting 24th is Daniel Hemrick in the 8. Starting 25th is Eric Jones in the 20, and in 26th is the 47 of Ryan Preece. Starting 27th is the 19 of Daniel Suarez, and starting 28th is the 32 of Corey LaJoie. Ross Chastain will start in 29th, and in 30th is Tyler Reddick. Starting 31st is Bubba Wallace, and starting 32nd is Michael McDowell. In 33rd is the 14 of Clint Boyer, and in 34th is Landon Castle. In 35th is the 88 of Alex Bowman, and in 36th is Reed Sorensen in the 77. And rounding out the field are 2 Rick Ware cars, the 52 of J.J. Yeley, the 51 of B.J. McLeod, and starting 39th, the 36 of Matt Tifft. Here we go. The march to the championship begins here in Vegas. It's Harvick and Truex on the front row with Kurt Busch and Hamlin behind them as the green flag waves and we're playoff racing in Las Vegas. Off turn 2, Harvick and Truex remain side by side as 39 cars roar down the backstretch for the first time this afternoon. MTJ was able to make good use of that high line as they come off turn 4. Martin Truex Jr. will lead the first lap. Could we see KBM win a championship in just their first season? It would certainly be remarkable, and think about Kyle Busch too, to become the first pure owner-driver champion since Kawicki. Truex clears Harvick. Now Harvick is under pressure from Hamlin. Into 3 and 4, and Hamlin will get around the 2014 champion for second. Truex, meanwhile, still leads. Hamlin looks to the inside of Truex, but he's unable to make the pass as they head down the backstretch. Kyle Busch has now cleared for fourth as he's been enjoying a successful year 1 as a Cup team owner. And he's definitely got to be satisfied with how things been. The 78, 97, and 54 have been in the victory lane, but now the question is, over these next 10 races, can they step it up? Can one of their drivers or multiple of their drivers make the championship 4 in Homestead? It all starts today, and so far, things are looking pretty good as Truex continues to lead. Coming to lap 5, it's still MTJ as he's looking to win his second championship in 3 years. The racing is intense so far as Hamlin looks to the inside of Truex, but Truex is going to get a push from Kyle Busch. Now Busch goes to the inside. he's unable to get to the leader, and the 78 still leads. It seems like that middle to high groove is the place to be so far, and MTJ is making good use of it. Battle for 5th between Kurt Busch and Paul Menard here as they come off turn 4, and Busch smacks the wall into Menard. Paul Menard loses a ton of ground after a great qualifying run. It looked like Kurt Busch just ran out of room coming off turn 4, and now Menard has fallen back to about 18th place. Tough break for that 21 team for sure. As we take a look at the replay, Kurt Busch just ran out of room coming off turn 4, smacks the 21. I'm sure Menard won't be too pleased with the 97 after that one. 16 laps are complete as you see the 97 of Kurt Busch with damage to his Monster Energy Toyota after contact with the wall and Paul Menard. He's trying to hold off rookie Cole Custer as well as Jimmy Johnson, who did not make the playoffs, but he's going after the win here today, and he's got a fast car for sure. And there is Johnson, that number 48 Ally Chevrolet, a new sponsor for him this season after longtime partner Lowe's left. I think Johnson still has one more in him. Perhaps he can work towards next season and go after that 8th championship, and that starts today. Good run for him so far. We are closing in at the end of Stage 1 as Martin Truex Jr. continues to lead the way with Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin. Oh! Ty Dillon hits the wall coming off turn 4, and he gets into his brother Austin. Ty Dillon goes spinning, and the caution is out. Oh, I think the 14 of Clint Bowyer clipped him. Yes, he did. And Clint Bowyer's day is done. He did not clear the 13 in time. He clips him, and this is going to set up a quick dash to the end of Stage 1. So again, turn 4 has been treacherous as we're looking at the replay. Ty Dillon goes spinning. He and his brother make contact. Wow, the 14 just barely clips the 13, but it's enough to give him heavy damage. Bowyer's day is definitely done as we go on board with the 14. He's behind the 1 and 32. That's Reddick and LaJoie. And let's see here. He goes up down low, and wow. Yeah, just matter of seconds. You have to make split-second decisions when it comes to racing in NASCAR, and things just happen so quickly, and there is a prime example of that. Tough break for Clint Bowyer here. And let's take a look at a slow motion replay once again. You're going to see the 3 and the 13 come into play. Again, it looks like Ty Dillon just, again, kind of similar to what you saw with Kurt Busch and Paul Menard, bounces off the wall, except this one is a little worse. Austin Dillon goes into the grass, but he gets out of it scot-free. But Ty Dillon, on the other hand, goes for a spin. Ooh, just barely avoids the 19 of Daniel Suarez. And then you're going to see the 14 come into picture here in just a moment as the 13 comes to a stop in the tri-oval. And this is about when you see them go by. And just watch the 14. Boom. Just barely hits him. And everyone is coming down for service, but it will depend who does what. Who's going to take tires, who's going to do just fuel only, and it looks like Truex will be the first one off, followed by Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, and how about this? Jimmy Johnson is 4th off, with rookies Cole Custer and Christopher Bell behind him. Kurt Busch has taken some extra time on pit road to make some repairs, so he will have some work to do. Coming to the restart, 3 laps to the end of Stage 1. MTJ is still your leader. Here we go, back up through the gears. Green flag. And as they head into turn 1, the lap car BJ McLeod is making things interesting. Kyle Busch is going to take the lead as they come off turn 2, and here comes Jimmy Johnson as well. Hamlin and Truex are almost beating and banging as they head back to the start and finish line. Johnson will settle for second. Can Jimmy Johnson reel them in? He's under fire though. 3 wide for second. Johnson is trying to hold off the 2 Toyotas here. Johnson has the advantage for now as we come to the final lap of stage 1. Side by side, the 78 of Truex, that's a KBM Toyota, and Jimmy Johnson. Johnson still hanging on for second place for dear life, trying to get some good stage points here as Kyle Busch continues to lead. Final lap of stage 1 as they head into turn 1. Looking back from the 54, Kyle Busch can cruise away with this stage win. Kyle Busch looking to get some crucial stage points here with Jimmy Johnson, the 7-time champion, in second. Off turn 4, and it's going to be Kyle Busch winning stage 1. Jimmy Johnson is second, followed by Truex, Hamlin, Custer, Harvick, Bell, Keselowski, Larson, and Blaney. Kyle Busch, your stage 1 winner and chasing championship number 2. We'll see him down pit road in just a moment, but definitely a good start for this 54 team in the playoffs. So it's half and half on who goes down pit road. Johnson, Bell, and Hamlin are among the handful that decided to top off on fuel, so they will restart towards the back. Beginning stage 2 now, Kyle Busch leads, Truex is second, Cole Custer is third. He's been having a great run today. Harvick fourth and Keselowski fifth as we get ready to bring the action for stage 2 here at Las Vegas. And there they go into turns 1 and 2. Kyle Busch clears that 51 of BJ McLeod, and he is once again off to the races. Truex now looking to clear the 51. Busch, Truex, Custer, and Harvick clear the lap car of McLeod as Truex goes to work on his teammate and boss. So far, it has been the KBM show. You saw Truex out in front, but it was Kyle Busch winning the first stage. But now Truex, he has a run coming off turn 2. He's going to look to the inside of his boss, Kyle Busch. The 2017 champion battling the 2015 champion. And a driver behind him, hoping to become a champion someday. Cole Custer, that 41 car, in third. Truex still settling for second, just looking to pounce when the right time strikes. As once again, they're in turns 1 and 2. And again, I'm really impressed with that rookie Cole Custer. He's going to try and battle for second here with Truex. Peeks to the inside. Can he get it? You see Harvick, Custer's teammate, back there. Custer is not able to get him. But let me tell you what, he's been pretty fast all weekend as we go on board with that number 41 Ford. Of course, Kurt Busch drove that car last year. Definitely some big shoes to fill, replacing someone who's been very successful in that ride. And I tell you what, I think he's been holding his own. He's been holding his ground. I think he continues to improve week after week, and I think he's only going to get better. However, he is under fire from Kevin Harvick, of course, a seasoned veteran of the circuit. Kyle Busch continues to lead. Kyle Busch is still out in front with Truex in second. Great day for KBM so far. And whoa! 3 wide has gone wrong as Reed Sorensen is over once on his roof after contact with Austin Dillon and William Byron. Heavy damage for that Spire Motorsports machine of Sorensen, and his race will come to an end. Man, a very, very unusual wreck for a track like Las Vegas. It was just kind of the timing of it and the way the car was positioned here. Let's go slow motion with this one because I want to see, again, the 77 just gets squeezed up there. We've seen that being an issue all day. Spins right in front of the 37, and it just picks up Sorensen there in the 77, a guy who has been running for about close to 15 years now in the NASCAR Cup Series. And just one quick barrel roll. But just like that, Reed Sorensen's day comes to an end, especially for this team just starting out. And look at this. Martin Truex Jr. gets out in front of Busch with Larson and Custer behind them. MTJ will be back out in front for the restart. Perhaps it appears right now that MTJ just may have the upper hand over Kyle Busch. We are approaching 10 laps left in Stage 2 as Martin Truex Jr. now leads as we get back to racing. Green flag. Martin Truex Jr. now looking to pull away with the lead and get those 10 stage points. Kyle Busch looking to follow suit and get around that lap car of BJ McLeod. Of course, single file restarts here since this is a 20-year-old video game. Truex continues to lead. Oh, trouble! Tyler Reddick and Chase Elliott spin. Ross Chastain has nowhere to go. The caution is back out as turn 4 continues to be everyone's enemy. Reddick smacked the wall coming off turn 4 and collected Elliott in the process. And once again, cautions breed cautions. You know the saying, everyone. Let's take a look at the replay. And again, Reddick goes up high, maybe a rookie mistake, slaps the wall, comes down on Chase Elliott. And Ross Chastain, Kurt Busch got really lucky, first of all. But yeah, Chastain just completely unlucky, unlike Kurt Busch, and just had nowhere to go. The 52 there taps the 15 as well, but he keeps going. But this 3-car incident here brings out yet another caution here at Las Vegas. It's certainly been an eventful one so far, especially for Chase Elliott, who's starting to win races now. Tyler Reddick trying to improve as a Cup Series driver. And then Ross Chastain, a name that's been coming up lately in the ranks as we go on board with Reddick. Just slaps the wall, takes Chase Elliott with him. Chastain nowhere to go. And that's what happens here. Caution is out once again here in Las Vegas. No one pit this time around as the running order remains the same, and here we go again. Green flag. We now have a 2-lap dash to the end of stage number 2, and it is so important for our playoff drivers to get those valuable stage points that could make or break them advancing to the next round or being eliminated. Truex, meanwhile, again, off to the races as they head down the backstretch. There's Kyle Busch. You see Custer, Larson, and Blaney. A lot of strong cars looking to get that win here today, especially for those trying to punch their ticket to the round of 12. Final lap of stage 2. Martin Truex Jr. leads. Kyle Busch is second. KBM about to sweep both stages here today. You see Cole Custer back in third. And here they come to the end of the stage, and it's going to be stage winner MTJ. Larson is fourth, Blaney is fifth, and there's the rest of your finishing order for stage 2. Okay, here we go again. 65 laps complete, and the green flag is back out. We're underway once again. Again, cautions have been breeding cautions so far in this race, but still it has been the KBM show of Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch, although Kyle Larson and Cole Custer still entering themselves in the equation, hoping to pull a surprising win here today. Truex still leads as we're trying to get some laps going here, but we got trouble again. Chastain got ran up the track by Eric Jones. He gets into Landon Castle to bring out the caution again. You know the saying, cautions breed cautions. Man, just what a rough day, too, for Ross Chastain. Just been unlucky in these incidents so far. As we take a look at our slow motion replay, goes up the track. And at first glance, I thought Eric Jones had gotten into Chastain, but it's hard to tell from this angle. Again, you see him come down on Landon Castle and then back up into Jones. And Austin Dillon, same deal, nowhere to go. And sometimes you're in those situations. Looks like Dillon actually gets away scot-free, but Eric Jones wasn't as lucky in this scenario. And again, kind of similar to the Reddick-Elliott-Chastain incident, another 3-car wreck. And we're just not able to get long green flag runs going here today. And that certainly makes things a lot more interesting, keeps bunching the field up. But I'm sure it's got to be frustrating for some people as you see the onboard of Eric Jones, perhaps maybe a little bit of slight contact, not entirely sure, but you see it there after Chastain smacks the wall. And that is what brings out another caution here in Vegas. Final pit stops are wrapping up, and we have a new leader. Ryan Blaney comes off pit road first with a lightning-fast stop by his crew. This could be what makes or breaks his race today. Closing in on 20 laps to go here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The leaders get set and ready to go, and once again, we're back underway. Ryan Blaney looking to earn himself another win, and a much more important one this time around. Another driver looking to punch their ticket to the round of 12. Martin Truex Jr. is on the move, and he is looking for a way around Ryan Blaney. Blaney is trying to secure a spot in the round of 12, while Truex is looking to do the same. We take a look now from the 12, and you see the 78 and the 4. Now we go to the 4 as Kevin Harvick runs second. He's been strong all season long, and he would like to begin his march to a second championship here today with the win, but he's got to reel in Ryan Blaney, who has really come to life here late in this race. The pit crew really did him a favor here, but now Harvick, let's see if he has any kind of advantage. He has some drafting help, but once again, that middle to outside line has really been the preferred line, and we've seen that all race long, and it's benefited whoever's out in front. Five laps to go, and Kevin Harvick is second. He wants this win, but Blaney is continuing to hold him off. Truex and Keselowski looking for the right time to pounce. Harvick takes a peek to the inside, but no success. Can Harvick, Truex, or even Keselowski make any kind of noise here, because they are running out of time? Four to go as Truex now looks to the inside of Harvick, but Harvick slams the door on him. On board with the 2 of Keselowski, who's also had a strong year, running in 4th. Does he have anything to say for this battle? Can he surprise us? On board with the 12, and once again, Harvick not able to get to him as they come off turn 4. Three laps to go for Ryan Blaney. It's a 4-car battle for the lead. But the question is, can anybody get past that 12 car? Blaney seems to have everything in check now, and he's got to make his car perhaps 5 lanes wide if he wants to get this win here today. Harvick looks to the inside again, but he needs a big run. 2 laps to go this time by as Ryan Blaney is trying to pick up a big win here today. Kevin Harvick still has a shot here. He needs a really good run here, though. Coming off turn 2, it's still Ryan Blaney leading. They're going to come to the white flag this time by. Harvick tries once again, but that middle line has been the way to go. White flag, final lap here in Vegas. A ticket to the round of 12 to be punched in just moments now. It's Blaney, Harvick, Truex, Keselowski. Blaney looking to run away with it. Ryan Blaney said, "Let's go gambling," and it's gonna pay off here today. Into turns 3 and 4. No chance for Harvick here, and off turn 4, checkered flag, Ryan Blaney wins at Las Vegas. Blaney's pit crew came in clutch today, and it helps him secure a spot for the round of 12. Let's take a look at your finishing order. Ryan Blaney wins with 27 laps led. Kevin Harvick came oh so close in second. Martin Truex Jr. led the most with 47. He finishes third. Brad Keselowski was fourth. Cole Custer and Daniel Hemrick with great performances. They finished fifth and sixth. Eric Almirola, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, and Kyle Larson round out the top 10. We take a look at the rest of your finishing order. Michael McDowell with a great run. He finishes in 11th. Ryan Preece in 13th. Paul Menard 14th. Daniel Suarez with a good run in 15th. Matt Tifft managed to climb his way all the way to 18th after starting last. Very impressive. Disappointing runs for Jimmy Johnson here in 21st. Christopher Bell 22nd. Alex Bowman finishing in 23rd. 26th for Chase Elliott. Tyler Reddick 31st after getting involved in one of those incidents. And you see the rest of your finishing order there. Tough break for Kurt Busch, who finishes 35th. And out of the race were Reed Sorensen, Ty Dillon, and Clint Bowyer. The 2019 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series playoffs are shaping up to be a good one. And a lot of people still wonder, can Kyle Busch Motorsports win a championship in just their first season? I'm Gray Speed Productions, and thank you for watching as always. Be sure to subscribe to not miss any updates on Sunday Night Lights or the next Racing Infinity. We have something big planned for Volume 30.